Hello, everybody. This story takes place at the Noble Correctional Institution in Caldwell, Ohio. In case you're wondering what that is, it's a penitentiary in the state of Ohio. Yeah, and these are pool stories. It's interesting, huh? Well, at this particular prison, they had a pool room. And I was kind of surprised myself when I got there and seen it. This was in 2005, so if anyone's been there since then, if they don't have the pool room, I don't know, but at that point in time, they did have it. And it was in the gymnasium. There was I think it was right around 10 tables, and they was all lined up. Like, you go up to the counter, you give your ID, they give you a rack of balls, you go play, you turn them in, you get your ID back. So, the equipment wasn't recommended. I mean, there was no tips. You had to make a tip the best you could out of the materials you had there. There was a few slithers of chalk left. It's tough to get your hands on them, but it was interesting. Needless to say, I didn't go in there and hit balls or nothing. It wasn't very fun to play pool there. It was it was pretty rough, but I mean it was decent. Can't complain. Well, what happened? Okay, I didn't have a ton of money coming in to my books in there, and there was another guy I knew from around the Middletown area that was in there. He didn't have a lot of money at the time either, and I think he's the one who started talking to me. Man, let's get a pool tournament going. And I was like. I didn't really take it serious at first, and he'd ran around for a few weeks, promoting this thing, or whatever you want to call it. But it was either 2 or 3 items to enter this pool tournament. Items in there were a pouch of tobacco. This is tobacco you could still smoke. Pouch of tobacco, box of Little Debbie's. A $1 item off the grocery commissary list. 2 or 3 of those items was the entry. I can't remember which one. We wound up with 20 players in this tournament. Everyone comes in, puts their items in this pillowcase there in the pool room in the gym. and there's a list, everyone, we draw the bracket up. Everyone draws a little number, and they go on the bracket, just like a normal tournament. And we get this bracket drawn up, and everyone's ready to go. And I mean, we're going at it. We got the music blaring in there. We got a fucking tournament rolling in this place, man. It was, goodness, okay, well, I did win the tournament. Okay, I won this tournament, and the guy that helped promote it or whatever, he had to be the one to get the pillowcase of the goods back to the cell bunk. I was in E block or C block. I was in C block. He had to get the pillowcase back to C, and there at times in Noble that could be a challenge to get a pillowcase of goods across the yard. At times I was there. National Guard came a few times. There was people got care flighted. It was a really when I was there, it wasn't a really friendly place. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. But we won the thing. So on and so on. I wasn't too worried about getting all exactly what I had coming there. I just grabbed me some stuff out. I didn't care. I mean, I did about total it was around a year or something like that. You know, I wasn't. I'd rather someone else had if they needed stuff more than I did. You know, I got me a little bit of tobacco and whatever. You know, but I mean, it was. You know, to think it's pretty. I know they do a lot of football and sports things, and they play a little poker and stuff in there. I thought that was pretty unusual to be able to organize a pool tournament in there and actually put it together and get it done. You know, it was pretty cool. It actually went down, no incidents, and there was one guy there that did play pretty good. He was holding tight though. He had the cue, the only cue there that still had a sliver of a tip on it. And he had like a half little piece of chalk. And he had that shit, you couldn't touch it. You couldn't get near that cue or that chalk. I mean, you couldn't get near it. I mean, but I still was able to beat him. I mean, you just use center ball. Use all center ball and stuff. But I mean, this guy was able to draw the ball, get a little English on the ball and stuff. And I mean, he played a lot on the tables in there and stuff. So I mean, it was, you know, it wasn't a gift. That match wasn't, but we won the tournament. And I'm curious if anyone else has ever been in a prison pool tournament. Let me know. But I mean, and I'm not glorifying it. It's horrible. I would, you know, it was just pretty interesting that it went down. Thank you.